this morning. I think today we'll be talking about the Chlorine XP, which is a chlorine analyzer. And we'll be covering a few topics, as you'll see on the next slide. So we'll be covering the chlorine measurement techniques. You'll be seeing a short video that covers most of the points on this particular product, the Chlorine XP. Some features and benefits to reinforce some of the video. Applications where this product is used. And then analyzer configuration and models for the purpose of when you place an order. And the key selling points when you do approach a customer, what those key selling points are. And then any questions and answers. If you do have any questions, I would certainly welcome them, but I appreciate if you could leave them until the end of the session. So, chlorine can be measured by two techniques. An optical technique, called the colorimetric technique, which uses reagents, and an electrode technique that does not use reagents. What you see here in this table is in green some of the advantages of the particular measurement technique, and on the right, in red, disadvantages. So you clearly see from this that there are a number of advantages on the colorimetric technique that include things such as interferences, temperature effects, and even the chlorine measurement, the use of reagents and an immediate response. On this side, obviously interferences are an issue, and the sample matrix. Now just something to ask you, you have reagents and you have non-reagents. Obviously, do you see what the advantage of that a customer may see of one over the other? Can anybody point that out to me? What do you see as an advantage of the amperimetric method, the electrode method, compared to the colorimetric method?
They don't have to mix anything up.
Correct, correct. So a lot of customers will try to push for this amperimetric method, but in reality, the colorimetric method delivers a more reliable, consistent result for you. And so often you have to compare the pros and cons and have a customer really determine what is the best technique for them. So I wanted to show you the video. Just make sure you can see this. Oops. Having a few issues today. Sorry. Okay, let's do this. Apologies, something's up here. Wow. Let's see the video in just 1 second. Apologies, tested this out yesterday, it was running fine.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's a link to a file on my computer.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I ran it several times yesterday, it was actually running.
Yeah, they always run it till you actually need them.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But, I guess that must be the device drone. Okay. this will point out some of the features of the Chlorine XP product. And it should be an auto mode, excellent. And it will demonstrate how the product functions, some of the advantages it has of other products, and also the benefits it brings from an operating perspective. So you see a 10-minute interval here for an analysis. You're seeing here the sampling system, sample capturing system. The sample is drawn in. Turbidity, background color, and dirt are compensated for, providing accurate measurements. And how reagents are delivered to the reaction cell. Then how they're mixed with a piston.
How long is the video?
The video is only 2 minutes. And we're almost done, actually. And so the action of the piston also cleans the optical cell to basically maintain, it actually helps to maintain and keep clean that optical cell for more reliable measurements long term. So the chlorine measurement now is complete. So let me just come out of here and we will continue. So just to emphasize some of the points we made in the video, okay, some of the features and benefits. So we have high performance and reliability. So the purpose here is that you have adjustable time, you have a 0 to 10 BPM measurement range, all advantages when compared to some of the competitive analyzers. A 2-year warranty, very, very comparable. And it's an adjustable light source for the sample with a reliable maintenance, should I say, a cleaning schedule with the piston pump continuously cleaning the glass cell. And the low cost of ownership, basically reduced reagents during the measurement cycle, giving you up to basically 30 days of use for actually 30 days of use for each reagent cycle. And as you can see from here, it can result in cost savings for you and of about $400, for example, per year, just on reagents alone. And on the side of, for example, the product can provide you with, in addition to measuring free and total chlorine, it can also measure pH, conductivity, turbidity, and some additional measurements. Now, the fact that you can measure all these measurements on one analyzer allows you to basically save up to $3,000 or over $3,000, which when you compare to other products, that's actually the cost of another analyzer. So unlike other products on the market, what it does for you is that it allows you to make all these measurements on one analyzer instead of buying separate analyzers, and therefore a great cost savings. On the maintenance side, well, you have minimum number of mechanical parts and are very reliable. You have a piston that helps to mix the reagents with the sample. That certainly reduces some of the issues associated with stirring mechanisms, other types of stirring mechanisms, and it's a modular design. Some additional features, you can actually have Modbus protocol as well as your regular 4 to 20. Some of those applications that I was talking about earlier, certainly drinking water applications where it's important to disinfect the water. so that when it's delivered to the sampling point, it's actually free of any microbes. So that's something to consider on the cooling tower for dosing to basically reduce any microbes that may grow in the cooling water. Water purification, again, for the purposes of disinfection, and also dialysis for RO membranes to protect the RO membranes from the effects of chlorine. Then something to remember when you order configurations and descriptions. Top 3 are without pH, without the pH measurement. The bottom 3 in the yellow. So the green is without, the yellow is with the pH measurements, and then on the bottom you have your different reagent configurations.
So can you do your wrap up?
Yes. So something to consider here on the key selling points, basically on drinking water, it can provide you with both free and total, which are important measurements of telling you how much chlorine to use for disinfectant. It's an EPA method. You have additional parameters, as I pointed out earlier, a low reagent use. Food and beverage, dialysis and so on, you have response times of up to 2 minutes. You can have pH and temperature there. On the power side, you have that low detection limit that you really need to make sure that you monitor the low levels of chlorine in your cooling water. So at that point, any questions?
No time for questions.